Hello, y'all. I'm Dianna Brianne, and I'm going to give a few minutes to see if anybody pops on here tonight. you know, every time I come on, I never know if anybody's going to show up. Okay. I was on a live stream today. I did my live stream today, and I think I had almost over 200 that ended up showing up. And so that was a real treat. And hey, Ariel, welcome, welcome, my friend. You are the first one here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And how are you doing tonight, Ariel? How is that anatomy and physiology class coming? I can only imagine how hard that must be. And I've taken a lot of classes like that. And for me, they were hard. Okay, so you're not alone. You're not alone. Well, hey, red-headed Riding Hood, my buddy. I was on today, Red, and I was looking for you, and I was thinking you were going to pop on. And I had a really great live stream today. I was on about maybe an hour and a half. And of course, as you know, when I come on in the afternoon, I never know, what time I'm going to come on. So it's kind of surprise, surprise. And this weekend, I wasn't on, I don't think I was on Saturday. I might have been on one time, maybe Saturday afternoon, but I don't remember. I know I wasn't on Sunday. So, good, 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 Ariel. You're going to pass it. You're going to do really, really well with it. It just takes a lot of persistence and a lot of focus, Ariel. But, I've been there. I know. So I was on live stream today, and it was all good. It was a great live stream, and just been busy day. And hey, Dory, welcome. I'm glad you got your cup of coffee. I'm drinking mine too, even though it's late here. I'm having a cup of coffee, and so I just said, you know what, you know, if I'm busy and I can't get on, like yesterday, my husband and I went out to dinner. So we were out to dinner, and so I really, we were relaxed after we came home, and I just said, you know what, I'm not going on. So that was yesterday. And then Saturday, I can't remember if I was on, I think I was on Friday night. And I think so. Um, you know, um, Dory, coffee doesn't affect me either. Honestly, I could go to sleep with a cup of coffee in my hand. Redheaded, oh wow, that's wonderful, Ariel. You're gonna make 100. You're gonna do great. You're gonna do great. Redheaded, I don't get notifications either. I think I can't remember how I saw your video because I shared it out, but I don't remember. I don't think it was a notification. Okay, I think it just kind of came up in the when I went over to YouTube, and it came up, but it wasn't a notification because I'm not getting really many notifications at all. The only notifications I get are for channels I don't watch. So I guess that's the way it is in YouTube world, right? That's the way it is. So, I'm trying, I try to stay on schedule. Even if I only come on for a couple minutes, I still try to come on around 10 o'clock, not anywhere from 9:30 to 10:30, anywhere in there. And, you know what? I'm going to drop the invite. Let me drop the invite in there. Um, Red, if you want to come up, let me put that in there. Let me get that. I know you always have good poetry. Okay, got that. There you go. Yeah, so today I was on a long time. And well, for me, an hour and a half is long because, I know some people go on 5, 6, 7 hours, even longer. That's not me. I tire out after about an hour. And Undel was up with me today. She's fabulous. And she's got the KE Norway channel. And yeah, Ariel, it doesn't affect me. Oh, come on up, Ariel. Welcome, welcome. Here you go. Hey,
Today,
Ariel.
tonight, I
Hey.
have decided to drink coffee, a cup of
Oh,
coffee.
wow. So you're going to drink coffee tonight.
Yes, I have another quiz that I have to study for.
Now, what part of the anatomy and physiology are you working on?
Cardiovascular.
Okay. Hey, Red. Welcome, welcome.
Hi.
Cardiovascular.
Hello.
I've done I've studied that a lot. And so it's a very, I mean, I actually love anatomy and physiology. It's just that it's hard.
Oh,
because this is just the second system out of
Yeah.
the 11 in the human body.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
mm.
Wow. Red, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I cooked a pot roast today.
Oh, I made a meatloaf.
Ah,
And
How'd your
how
pot
I
roast
got
turn out?
the pot roast it turned out good. Hmm.
Did you have potatoes and carrots with it?
Yeah. Hmm.
Did you make a gravy with it?
Yeah, and I make a gravy.
Hey,
Um,
Camille, welcome, welcome. You're welcome to pop up too, Camille, if you'd like.
and
Um,
how I made the 100 on the skeletal quiz. I accidentally got 4 of the bones mixed up. I got the 2 that are the femur and the tibula, and I accidentally put those 2 labeled the 2 arm bones in the arm, the tibula and femur, and
mhm.
I put the radius and the ulna in the leg. I said, "How is that even?" I was like, "Yeah, I know not to do that anymore."
Wow. Well, you know what? It's easy to get them all mixed up.
And how I can remember the carpals and metacarpals go in the hand. Carpal
mm.
tunnel syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good way to
That's
remember.
a good, yeah.
What is that, Jory? Poutine? Poutine. I'm not sure what that is.
It's
I'm not.
like fried, it's like potatoes with some kind of cheese sauce on it.
Oh.
Jory, I made fried potatoes with kielbasa yesterday. Is it sort of like that?
I'm
Jory's.
Hmm.
not sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
So let's talk about dreams. So, I'm trying to come up with good topics. Let's talk about not our past, not where we've been, but where we want to go. So, what is your dream, Ariel?
the, that become a teacher, a
To
school
become a
teacher,
teacher.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's good.
And what kind of teacher?
history.
I love that's my favorite subject.
Oh,
History has
yeah,
always been my favorite subject.
that's
I'll
yeah.
come. I'll come be your student. Red,
Yeah.
what is your dream for your life?
I want to get my books published by a real publisher.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Oh, and
maybe do
another part of my
songs.
dream to get me to find Mr. Right, to find the right guy.
Let Mr. Right
To
find you. Let Mr. Right spoil you.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
that's good. I kind of I don't want to say given up. I'm trying not to try. I'm taking a break.
You know what? What love finds you when you're not looking for it. Okay. And I
Yeah,
can tell you honestly, when
and I feel like
I
that's true.
if you've watched any of my videos in the past, I
Hmm.
mean, I've done over 5,000, so I've done every subject, but I think I called it Hungry Eyes. And whenever you're hungry, oh, you've seen those people out at the bar. They're just starved for love. They're
Hmm.
just starved.
Exactly.
They never find it. And guess who finds
Yeah, I was like
it?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're starved, when you're hungry, people can sense it. Neediness, clinginess, that
Yeah.
all pushes people away. It doesn't
Mhm.
pull anyone towards you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the key is when it
Mhm.
comes to love, you let love find you, but you got to be
Yeah.
open to it. You got to be receptive, but
Yeah.
you're building your own best life. You're building your own best you because who would want to invest in somebody that wasn't investing in their own self?
Hey, you're on early. Did you hear my alarm? That was my
Oh,
little
wow.
alarm
You know
saying
what?
that
You
it's
are so,
Diana going live.
but you know what? You were on the other night with me when I came on at like 10:45. I was late. I was so,
Yeah.
do you remember, were you on the other night with me?
I think I was when you went late. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get on here till 10:45. So but I don't start any earlier than 9:30. That's the earliest. And I probably would not go on any later than 10:45, 11 if I'm 11 would be really pushing it. And that's if I had to go pick up my son or something like that. But generally I try to start like 9:55, 10 o'clock. But tonight I thought, well, you know what? My husband went to bed. My one son's watching a movie. My other son's watching a movie. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to go on a little bit early. So your dream, okay, so your and Ariel's dream would be to find love. Not find it, let love find you. Because you don't want to have to go out looking for it.
One of
Let
them
it
maybe.
come to you.
Yeah.
And anybody that's, my husband found me, it just happened, and everybody's different. But I think people, when they're hungry for love, it eludes them. And so when you get busy just being your own best self, working on you, not selfishly, but investing in you, being happy with you, building your own network of friends, your own interests, and building your own career, your own money, following your own dream and your own passion. That is when love finds you. And if for any reason it didn't find you, you're living a full life. You're being happy. You're embracing your life.
Exactly.
That was how I lived my life. This is what I said to God. I'll never forget. I was sitting in my car, and I was sitting out like by a movie theater, and I said, God, if I never ever meet somebody that's right for my life, that's fine. I've quit looking. And I said, God, if you want me to have somebody, you're going to have to hit me over the head with it. And then I said, otherwise, I'm not doing any work. And it was a very short time after that, my husband came to me.
Yeah.
So I think, your dream is your dream, and let it be your dream. Your dream does not have to look like anybody else's dream. It doesn't. Dory says that it's French fries with cheese and gravy. Yum, yum. Dory, you're making me fat, Dory.
That's what protein is. Okay. Didn't know that.
Yeah. And so, okay, so you would like to publish your books, and you would like love to find you, but it doesn't. And what does, you're going to be busy building your own life.
Yeah.
Where do you want to live?
That's a good question, Diane. I still am not. I'm pretty sure I want to live in California. That's what I want to do. I mean, the only thing is it is so expensive. But see, I'm not going to buy a house again right now. I'm not in a rush. So I sold my house in Georgia in 2020, and I traveled around in my RV for a year. And and I'm renting a room from my friend Gladys. This is her house. And and she's going to retire from the Air Force, and she wants to get a trailer, and she's picking out what trailer she wants right now, and she wants to travel. And I was like, I'll rent your house from you. I mean, like, here for right now, this is a good spot. I'm near St. Louis. I'm centrally located, and three of my kids are on the East Coast. One's in Texas and one's in Colorado. So, this is.
Have you thought about this? Okay, this is just, I'm throwing this out here, but have you thought about, like, you hear a lot of these van conversions or things like that, where because houses are so expensive now. I mean, they've gotten off the chain. I mean, my two sons who live at home, I have three children, one has her own place. But my two sons, they said, well, Mom, I think I'll get me an apartment so, I can make my own rules up, And I said, well, you go ahead, but you're going to pay $2,000 a month for a one bedroom. Hey, Vanessa, wonderful to see you, my buddy. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here, Vanessa. Thank you.
Hi, Camille.
Vanessa, you're welcome to come up. Camille, come on up. Let me just say this, that van conversions.
I was going to go to a van.
I think it would be easier for you as to deal with a van conversion. I think more than a motorhome or something bigger.
Yeah, I was wanting, that's what I said first, is that was going to go to a van, but I don't really want to live in it full time. I was finding that, and I was not staying in any place, one place too long, and I kept coming back here to get it fixed and, going out, and I wasn't um I wasn't having any time to write or work on my books, and I have a lot of things. I'm getting a lot of things done here, so
Yeah.
um, it's been
The
good.
problem with a motorhome or with a camper, you almost have to park it in an RV parking lot unless you're staying in someone's driveway. And with a van conversion, you can almost move it around and park it anywhere, and people don't even know
Yeah.
it's van conversion, and
Mhm.
more and more, because I'll be 65, and I don't know if, as long as I don't know if I want to be out there with a great big motorhome again. I mean, it's a lot of work and everything.
Yeah.
And, as my husband and I are getting older, and but a van conversion, I mean, we could park it in our driveway. No one would know it was just nothing but a van. And
Mhm.
I like
Mhm.
that idea because I mean, some of them are very, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And what my friend Gladys decided to get, and it's one that's in Canada, is a fifth wheel. And so she's going to get a truck, and it looks really much bigger than it is. It's not really long, but it's a fifth wheel, and I'm good, Vanessa. So that's what she's thinking of getting now, for when she retires.
The only thing about a fifth wheel, welcome Pond and Garden, welcome, is this is, you know, I would be uncomfortable pulling a fifth wheel. That's just me. A lot of
I
people,
would too. She's
yeah,
thinking
they're
of
really
taking a
fit.
CDL, getting a CDL license. Hello,
Yes.
Charles.
Hey, Charles.
Mhm.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you, Pond and Garden. Moments with Vanessa. Thank you. I think that for me, to have I want something I can manage. And I think
Mhm.
that a van, a nice, and we're not talking like a little minivan because you can't really make that into, I mean, some people do, but it's very hard to make that into something
Yeah,
you
I
can
met some people who
sustain
have.
very long in. So, but we're talking like one of the bigger vans and you do your own conversion. So let's say roughly, because I've been checking, my son's been checking them out. You can get like, say, a 4-year-old, great condition, a van that was kind of a work van, where you can stand up in, and
Mhm.
probably for about 30,000 and
Mhm.
30, 40,000, and then another 10 or 15,000 of your own work. Most of it's your own work. You could really turn that into, I mean, you would have a bathroom, a shower, a bed, everything. They're very, concentrated, but yet
Mhm.
they're so much easier to maintain.
Mhm. Um, yeah, I hadn't really been in some of them, but we went to this RV show a couple weeks ago, and
Hmm.
we saw some ones that were nice. But Gladys got me to thinking about, the little trailers, and they have a Airstream one base camp, and it's really really nice. And but I think the one I liked, I put the video on my channel, was the Tab, and it had like the skylight window in the back, like of the bed, so like you lie in the bed and you can look up at the stars. I liked that feature.
Have you ever seen, and if you not, look it up on the internet, on YouTube, Sisters on the Fly, called Sisters on the Fly. They're a group. I mean,
Right.
they're a huge group, and
Okay.
they go around together, and they all have vintage campers. And
Oh, I love the vintage camper.
vintage, we're talking like the 50s and 60s, maybe
Yeah.
into the early 70s. And I mean, we actually one year, now we have a home on Tybee Island, of course, but we actually had been traveling around in our motorhome. So we actually drove our motorhome back to Tybee. We were staying at the RV park. There's a little tiny RV park there. And because we were renting our house out at the time. And so we were staying in the RV park, and all the sisters on the fly had come there to the RV park. And it was amazing. They're little campers. I mean, they're just so tiny, but yet they're
Wow.
wonderful. You
They're
could pull one of
beautiful.
those.
So I really like the channel. Well, my friend's channel. Well, someone I know, Doreen is camping therapy, and she does a lot of those tours
Oh,
of the,
absolutely. Yep, I know.
yeah,
Yes, yes,
it's
yes.
so beautiful. I love them. Yeah,
Yeah.
see, at the RV show, I said to Doreen, I was like, they had new RVs that they tried to make. They were kind of nice, but they tried to make look vintage. And I don't know, I didn't like that. I don't know. It's like
Yeah,
fake.
you're talking retro. You're talking the retro look. No,
Yeah,
I don't like those.
they were fake old campers.
Right. And I don't like those at all. If I would either want the real thing or the new thing, but I don't want something retro. I'm not into retro, you
Mhm.
know. I there's some really great campers out there. I mean, and you can buy used ones, and some of them you might find that they're older and they need fixed up, but you can remodel them or whatever you want to do. But you know what? I think that houses are so expensive now. I mean, they're really just off the chain.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
everywhere. They're off the chain, and I
Hmm.
think that
Well, especially in California too. And
oh
that was really, really when I went to California, when I left Georgia, when I left here, when I bought my RV and left here, I went to California. And I was there for a little bit. And my sister-in-law was ill, and it was just perfect timing. But I just really felt like that was where I wanted to move. But I'm not sure now. There's a lot of possibilities.
Well, I think the neat thing about having a camper, a motorhome, or a van conversion is you can go anywhere and stay as long as you want and then leave. You can pull up in someone's
Mhm.
driveway. When we
Mhm.
were living in a different house, we had friends that came and visited us in their big motorhome, and they pulled it up in the driveway. You know,
Yeah. My parents got an RV, like we already had our oldest two children, I think. Yeah, it was with when my son Ian was born. They had it, I think. He was born in 93. And so they would come when I had a baby and they would just park in our driveway.
yeah.
And
Yeah, and
yeah.
see, the neat thing is they're not infringing on you, and you're
Hmm.
not
Yeah.
infringing on them. And so I
Mhm.
always say, if I pulled up in my kid's driveway, I have my own place. And when I want to go on to the next kid, I can just take the motor home or camper or van conversion and
Yeah.
go to the next place. I have my own self-contained place. And I think
Hmm.
that's important. I think a lot of older people, what happens to a lot of older people, their kids move away, one of the spouses die, or they get older, and often one of the spouses die, and now they want to go live near one of the kids. Well, they go live near one of the kids, and guess what one of the kids do that they move near? They move away. The kids like get transferred, or they
Hmm.
now they're
Yeah.
stuck in a place that they don't even know. They don't know anybody. They're older. They're scared to move. And whereas if they
Yeah.
got a camper or they got a motorhome, they can move again. They can keep moving until they can go back from where
Mhm.
they're from. So for me,
Yeah.
my only retirement home would be a motorhome. That's it. Something I can take with me. And honestly, I mean, I told my husband, if we ever sell this house, I'm not buying anything else. I would have, I would consider having a very small base, so that I could go back to, because sometimes when you're traveling, you want to have a mailing address and stuff like that. But I said it would
Yeah.
be very small, be very small.
That's what
And
I
I would
feel
just
like.
have my
You
camper.
need to have a place. And I was going to have that base be by my brothers in California, and then that didn't work out really well. And like my brother really was almost talking me out of it, and
Hmm.
because he doesn't really like California anymore. And
Well, California is not the California that I lived in. It's a very different place than when I lived there. I used to live in, I lived in Hollywood. I lived in Palm Springs. I lived in Newport Beach. I rode all over. It was Hey Bang VMR. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming.
my family lived in North Hollywood before they bought their house in the valley, in the San Fernando Valley. They lived in North Hollywood, and then I'm trying to think of. Well, it was before it must have been like right before my brother was born, so it must have been 62 or 63. They moved there to the valley.
Well, I think that California has just changed so much. I loved it. I'm glad I lived there when I did. It was amazing. It was fabulous. Oh, I'm going to bring Arnie up. Hey, Arnie.
Hi, Diana.
Hi, Redhead. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
What's going on with you?
It was busy this morning. Went shopping earlier and all that.
Did you go to Walmart?
Yeah. Yeah, I did some grocery shopping and came in, brought it back. Brought it home and put it away and all that stuff, and then had tacos for lunch.
Oh boy. Wow, that sounds good.
I went grocery shopping yesterday Saturday after I went swimming. I went to the Y and swam on Saturday.
Well, we had Red who made a roast. We had Dory who made Dory, what was it that she made? She made what?
She said she's going to make it tomorrow.
She said I made something else. She made something else. She made
poutine.
Yeah, but she made something else today, I think. I can't remember what she made. Let me see what she made. I know she's making poutine tomorrow, but she made something else, I thought. And then Arnie made tacos and I made meatloaf. And I don't eat meat, but my husband loves meatloaf.
Oh, yeah. I remember
out after his golf game, and so he came home and he wasn't hungry for meatloaf.
That's something I could try to do. I haven't made meatloaf in a while. I'm like, I need to, because I'm filming what I'm making for my channel. And I'm like, I keep making the same thing. I need to make something different. So, I keep making the pot roast and I like cheesy broccoli soup. And so I was deciding what to get at the store when I was like, what am I going to cook?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of had an idea of what I want to get. I got stuff to make tacos, stuff to make spaghetti, and stuff to make tuna salad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, egg salad, if you have some eggs in the refrigerator, a little bit of mayonnaise, egg salad is so easy to make. You just boil your eggs, or now in tuna salad, I usually add a little bit of egg, hard-boiled egg, and that can make it good too. I like to turn stuff I have in my refrigerator into something else.
Yeah.
I do a lot of that. My kids say, okay, Mom, was this from yesterday?
Yeah.
But Arnie, we're talking about campers and motorhomes and van conversions and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So I was telling Dad, I said, one of the options, because houses are so expensive now, the prices of houses, a lot of people are turning to van conversions, more so than even motorhomes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's amazing how many people live out of their van. All you have to do is turn on YouTube, and it's like you think everybody's living out of their van.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, and I just realized, I was talking to a friend last night who's in the community, but she's in a whole nother travel RV van life community than the one I was in. And I was like, wow, there's just so many of them. She's like, do you know this channel? Do you know this channel? Do you know this channel? And I'm like, I don't know. Some of them I did, but a lot of them I was like, I don't know that channel. I never heard of that channel before.
Well, one thing, if you want to build your channel authentically and get a great network of friends, get with the RV channels. They are a tremendous group. Welcome, Lucky. Welcome, welcome. Thank
Yeah,
you.
well, I know some, but see, I don't know them all,
Right, right.
Mhm.
Well,
And then
some are
I've run into some that
good.
channels that are some. I've run into some bad, not people I don't want to hang around anymore. So,
Right. Well, that can
um,
happen too, but that can happen in any group, I
yeah,
mean, the cooking channels, anybody, I mean, it just
yeah.
happens. It happens in day-to-day in-person life, I've
That
met
happened in my church too. I mean, it's like the same thing that happened. It's like, well, similar. I won't say the same, but
yeah.
it's like a
But it
similar.
can happen anywhere,
Yeah,
and you just kind of move on from it and focus on all the good people that we meet, because we meet a lot of good people, lots and lots of
yeah.
good people, and but yeah. So your dream, Arnie, what's your dream?
Yeah, I'm not really sure offhand.
Mm-hmm.
Just taking it day by day at the
Yeah.
moment.
Mm-hmm. Well, my dream,
Me
okay, my
too.
dream is to stay healthy, stay fit, and to just enjoy everyday life. I don't have any, I've done my bucket list. So, my bucket list has been done. So I
Hmm.
basically just want to
Mine
enjoy my
too.
everyday life. I'm just doing what I do. I love my routines. I love getting up in the morning. Right now, I'm not going to college. I'll start back in June. I go for my run. I sleep in. I go for my run. Come back. I do my videos. Then I go out and do all my errands and things like that. And then I make dinner and spend time with my family. And I just, whatever kind of comes by, I enjoy. Now, normally I'm in school, but that's not a goal for me. That's not like a bucket list or dream, because I've already done that. I've already been to college. I've already graduated. So I just am kind of like a perpetual learner. So that's why I go to college. Hey, Red Sam, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you, thank you. And so for me, I just kind of, um, enjoy everyday life. So that's my dream. I don't have any big goals. You know, I like being in the place where I don't have big goals. Hey, Kenneth, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming, my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, I used to want to go back to school, and actually, my ex wanted me to go back to school and didn't want me to write because he wanted me because I used to want to be a nurse, and but it wasn't really my dream. It was something that I wanted to do because my dad didn't think I could do it. And then anyways, and then I got married and had babies and kept having babies. And so I didn't finish college. I just did a semester
Well,
of
you could
college.
be like me. I went back to college at age 62. And
Hmm.
it's been amazing. I mean, the only reason I took off for the last couple, because I had already graduated again, and I was ready for a break. I needed some time out, because I was really, last semester was really hard. And so I just wanted to take some time out, because I'm switching universities, and I didn't want to just kind of dive right in.
Hmm.
And so I'll start back in June. At least that's the
Yeah,
intent. And so I just want to enjoy and roll along. But I enjoy my everyday life. I just
yeah,
enjoy my everyday life.
yeah. Me
Moments with
too.
Vanessa. Moments with
Thanks.
Vanessa says, "Red, you look young." And Kenneth
Thank
says,
you.
Even us,
My oldest is 34. I had her when I was 20.
"Wow, oh my gosh, oh my gosh."
Yeah.
Now, what was school like when you were in high school? What was it like back then?
I went to high school in Boca Raton, Florida, so
Ooh.
it was hot. And and more mini dresses. Oh, and they called me like in ninth grade. They were calling me mermaid. They would call me mermaid. I'd walk into the room, and then I really liked to swim. They didn't even know that I liked to swim, but I think the boyfriend I had was in 10th grade. He called me that too, but that was because we played this game in the pool, and we had a pool when we lived in. We didn't have a pool in California, but we had a pool when we lived in Florida, and we played this game in the pool where you have to go past where the first person goes. You stay underwater and swim as fast as you can. And then the
Ah,
person that can swim underwater and go the fastest wins. And I won.
aha.
So that's why that boyfriend called me mermaid.
Yeah.
And Arnie,
And that
what was
was
high school like for
before
you? Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was before the Disney made. My mom laughed because she saw them
For mermaid.
my before Disney made the Little Mermaid with red hair,
Yeah.
and my mom saw them writing in my yearbook, mermaid, and she laughed when Disney. She's like, look, they gave the Little Mermaid red hair.
Wow. What
So,
about you, Arnie? How was high school for you?
High school for me was okay. I was known as the beach whale in a way because every time I would like swim underwater, I looked like a whale going from one end of the pool to the other.
Mm-hmm. Well, schools really changed. When I went to school, we had they didn't have big schools. They were, each town had its own school. It wasn't like a consolidated type of school like they are now. They're all consolidated. All the towns are consolidated into one big school. And back then, we just had small, our schools were whatever town you lived in, you went to that school.
yeah,
Yeah.
my dad was born in 1928, and like he was like in one of those one room,
Yeah,
even back like in the 30s or whatever, like it was
yeah,
one room and all the different grades in there,
yeah. Like in
like,
the Waltons,
yeah, like in Little
the
House on
Little
the
House on the
Prairie or
Prairie.
whatever.
Now, what was your favorite TV show, say, when you were in high school?
I used to watch General Hospital after school every day,
Yeah.
and I got kind of hooked on
How
it.
about All My Children?
Huh?
Did you watch All My Children?
I didn't watch that one. My history was it history. What did he teach? My history teacher, who was really really awesome. He was a really good teacher. And then I thought about being a teacher before my divorce, and my ex didn't want to let me do that. But I had this really awesome teacher in high school, and his name was Dr. Roby. I think I'm friends with him on Facebook, and so um, he loved All My Children, and he would tape it every day and watch it. It was funny because he would
I
talk about it.
So, Arnie, what was your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show back then was Knight Rider.
Oh, I used to watch that too. I like that. I liked Fantasy
Yeah,
Island and The
yeah,
Love
yeah.
Boat. I used to watch them.
Yeah, Fantasy Island, Love Boat. They were great shows. Those were great shows. And how does anybody go as far back as Love American Style?
Um,
It was on
I think I
Friday
used to
night.
watch repeats of that. I used to watch when I was a kid. I used to watch the Brady Bunch. We used to watch the Walton. I
Oh,
remember
I love
watching
the Waltons.
Thursday and Rhoda. Remember Mary Tyler Moore, and then they had the Rhoda
Yeah,
show,
yeah.
and And we loved the Road Up. My mom, I'd watch it with my mom, and we thought it was so funny. The doorman Carlton, and they never showed his face. And I loved that show so much. I got a cat. My brother's cat had kittens, and he gave me this cat, and I named it Carlton, like Carlton the doorman.
I loved all those shows. I grew up in my era. I grew up with the Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat Junction, Green Acres, and those got replaced with Mary Tyler Moore. Yeah, they kind of went on Saturday night. Petticoat Junction got replaced on Saturday night with Mary Tyler Moore's show, and I was so crushed. But then I liked Mary Tyler Moore's show too. So, but I grew up with the Waltons, and I have all the DVDs of the Waltons. Now, later in life, I started watching Touched by an Angel, and so my favorite shows to this day are Touched by an Angel, the Waltons, and I have the DVDs to both, and the other one I can't remember. Those were kind of my favorite. I love Touched by an Angel.
I like the Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, absolutely. We watched all 9 seasons of Little House on the Prairie. The last season I wasn't particularly fond of because they changed it. It wasn't really Little House on the Prairie. It was called something else. The 9th season, it was an extension of Little House on the Prairie. So the first 8 seasons were really the authentic Little House on the Prairie. The 9th season was sort of, I think, Pa and Ma moved away, and I think it was Laura that was, I don't know. I can't remember. So it changed, but we watched all 9 seasons. And, when my kids were growing up, we watched all 9 seasons of Touched by an Angel, all 9 seasons of A Little House on the Prairie. And I bought all the Waltons, the 9 seasons, but they didn't watch them all with me, so I watch them.
I love the Waltons. Yeah, my mom liked that. And see, that was a writer. John Boy was a writer, so that was interesting.
Yeah, but I love the Beverly Hillbillies, like Vanessa says. She loved the Beverly Hillbillies, and they were so good.
I love Lucy.
Shows. Yeah, such.
You love Lucy? I love Lucy.
Yeah. That actually on Monday nights, Here's Lucy would come on, and then Gunsmoke. And I would go to my grandma's, and they were able to somehow get 2 channels. I don't know why, because they were kind of down in the gorge, but yet they could still get 2 channels. And so I would watch Here's Lucy, and then I would sit with Grandpa, and we would watch Gunsmoke. And he would turn it up real loud because he couldn't hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I have good memories about, those shows, and so, a lot of good shows. Today, I don't watch television. I don't watch whatever's on television now. So
I don't hardly watch any television either.
Yes.
I do a little more now since I'm here, I've been here since October, and so.
Welcome, Deborah. Welcome, Chris. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Yeah, I really don't watch a whole lot of I don't watch any television, actually. My husband actually said today, he said, maybe we should cancel the cable because I don't watch it. We really don't watch television.
Yeah, I mostly watch YouTube. I mostly do, but I watch a movie here and there. Like I was watching Harry Potter yesterday.
Yeah.
And see, I don't like any of the new movies. I don't really give much time to the movies. So what I do is I watch old movies. Like I go on YouTube.
Yeah, I love the old movies too.
And I look up old TV shows from the 1950s or 40s. And there's one called Craft Theater, and then there was another theater too. And I remember, thank you, Deborah. Thank you. It's been I've been back about 2.5 weeks doing live streams, Deborah, but I was not doing them for about 4 months because I was so wrapped up in my college, going to college. And so, but I'm back. Yeah. Oh, Kenneth watched Young and Restless. Kenneth, I started with the Young and Restless with the very first episode in 1973. And I can tell you exactly every detail of the first episode. And of course, everybody's changed since then. There's nobody still on there from 1973. I think the longest one on there is Melanie. I think her name's Melanie or something. That's her real name. and she's still on there. And she came in like in 75 or 76. So, but there's no more original people that I know of that's still on the show. But yeah, I watched that show.
Mhm.
Yep. And that's made at CBS Studios in Hollywood. And yeah, but I remember it.
I used to watch it later on. In high school, I watched General Hospital, but I
That
got
was
sick
back when
on.
it was good. That was back when, they
Mhm.
had really good storylines.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think any of them have good storylines now. They've kind of just dropped off. See, when I grew up, soap operas had families. Everybody was connected to a family. Now nobody's connected to a family. You don't even know who anybody is, or they bring in a character and then the next year they're gone. So you don't want to get attached to the characters anymore because they're gone before you know it.
Mhm.
And you
Yeah.
keep them forever. You
Yeah,
build a relationship with them.
yeah. The Young and the Restless. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is the one. I can't remember what. There was a certain network that I would watch them all afternoon, and I was just kind of stuck on them. But
Oh,
when
there
we
were
moved to Georgia,
I was growing up, I mean, there was many soap operas. Now there's only four left: General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, The Young and Restless, and that other one, that half-hour one. I can't remember. The Bold and Beautiful. That's
Bold
it.
and Beautiful. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one I remember. That one was new.
But when I was growing up, I mean, each network had like 10 soap operas per day. I mean, it was a lot of soap operas. I remember there was one called Secret Storm, Edge at Night, Where the Heart Is, Another World, Days of Our Lives.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it was one right after the other.
Yeah.
How to Survive a Marriage. I remember that one. There was all kinds. Somerset. And then, they kind of just gradually started going away. Guiding Light, As the World
Yeah.
Turns,
Right.
all
Right.
of those are gone now.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, but so I was stuck on them, and then when we moved to Georgia in 1988 from Florida, and it was when my oldest Sarah was a baby. It's like addicted to this, watching
Thank
this
you.
all day. And when she was a baby, I'd sit in the chair and nurse her and watch soap operas and read and stuff. Um, but I started listening to Christian radio. That's when I started listening to Joyce Meyer, like in the 90s, like 1988, 89, 90, whatever. I would listen to Christian radio all day. And then I got into the Christian contemporary music and listening to Joyce Meyer and Charles Stanley and Chuck Swindoll and so
Yeah, I like all them. Everyone you mentioned. Yeah, I
yeah.
really do. And, amazing. So, yeah, now I just don't even watch TV. It's just like I'm so busy in my life being creative and everything.
Mhm.
And there's so much garbage that even if you watch a good TV show, there's the garbage commercials. And,
Yeah.
I watched a series, and I recently watched a series, and I was getting into it, and I liked it, but it kind of annoyed me. It was called Inventing Anna. It's on Netflix, but it was so annoying because I've been learning like about like my codependent, like you were talking about the chasing love. Like I did that, and in that series, Inventing Anna, like the person was horrible. She did all these bad things and ripped all these people off for this money. Yet the lawyer is the one that's writing about her, the journalist, gets like obsessed with her and is letting her control her and stuff. And I'm like, why are they helping this woman who she's so narcissistic and so bad, and it sort of annoyed me. I'm like, why is this lawyer doing, because the lawyer was like ruining his family and his marriage, and his wife was like, you need to stop being obsessed with this case, and because it was almost over, and our vacation is booked, and he had little children, and he's like, no, I have to stay. And I'm just like, this show is annoying me.
welcome, Samphi, and welcome, Marianne. Welcome. Yeah, I can't seem to get interested in any TV show. So
Yeah.
I just don't. Well, probably part of it is I just don't turn it on. So,
Yeah,
I'm so
I'm with
creative.
you.
I'm more of a
It's
creative
just
person. Yeah, I'm so creative in my own life that hey, passion for art.
Hi,
Well,
passion for art.
haven't seen you for a few days. Welcome, welcome. And so I'm really, we're doing pretty good, Marianne. I think we're all doing pretty good. We're all here standing.
Mhm. Doing good.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, but I like a good wholesome show. That's why I go back to there's one, what I loved. It was one night I was sitting up and I can't remember if it was Craft Theater or if it was one of the other theaters. There was several different theaters, TV shows that they had, black and white TV shows back in the 50s, and they would produce, each week a different story. And this one was on the Titanic, and it was like so good. It was like really they told a story rather than all the drama and all the scenery.
Mhm.
It was actually a story. Back then, they told stories. It had real
Yeah.
writing, and I
Mhm.
just love those
Yeah,
old TV shows. Now it's like it's like you turn on a show and it's all violence or it's all just
Yeah.
I just don't watch it.
Yeah. I hardly watch it too. I
Yeah.
I watch um
Hey, John.
come
Thank
back
you.
here. Hey, John.
Welcome, welcome.
yeah. I hardly watch any TV now these days. Most of it's on YouTube.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
most of us watch YouTube. It seems like even my husband and I, when we watch something on YouTube together.
Mhm. Yeah, I was just watching. In fact, I was just watching my friend's live stream that I missed from 2 weeks ago. So, yeah.
Passion for art says, I've been busy the last couple of days and haven't felt good today. I hope you feel better, Passion. I hope you
Mm.
start to feel better. How are the kitties, Arnie?
They're doing pretty good. Maya's sleeping on the pillow, and I don't know where Layla is. She's around somewhere.
Hmm. Hmm. Are they indoor cats or outdoor cats or both?
They're indoor cats.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
And Maya, he was outdoor at first. He was feral. And
Yeah.
then one day we brought him in the house, and he's been in ever since.
So he likes being in the house.
Yeah.
I had some feral cats. They were really, really, really wild. I didn't try to tame them though, but they were born in the woods behind our house in Georgia, and
What
I had
part of
to
Georgia
trap
do you live in?
uh, like middle Georgia by Warner Robins, Byron,
Mhm.
Macon, right by Macon.
Yeah, I know Macon, yeah.
Hmm. Um,
It's grown a lot.
yeah, it has. Since we came there in '88, and so yeah, 32 years. I
Wow.
was there a long time.
Hmm.
Raised my kids there, and my sons went. My daughter went to Georgia College, and
Oh,
so
Kenneth, thank you so much for coming by. Thank you. Well, I hope you get a great night's sleep, my friend, and I hope you have wonderful dreams and happy dreams and wake up refreshed and feeling great. Thank you so much for coming, Kenneth. Thank you.
mm, and my boys went to the University of Georgia.
Hmm. So, getting back to our dreams. So, your dream is to publish your books, to let love find you. Any other dreams?
Oh, I have lots of dreams. Um, I want to turn some of my poems into songs.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
So, remember, with every dream, we have to have a plan. And the plan needs to be flexible, and a flexible plan then needs action. So, when you take your dream, like, say, for example, you wanted to ultimately live in like, say, California. what plans and what action steps would you take? So like with your books, what are your action steps?
Nothing.
Well, I joined. I need to get active in it. I joined this group where you go to find a publishing agent, but I need to go get active on it and start looking around on it, and I haven't.
Mhm.
So it's
One thing you want to be very careful out there with publishers and that, because not all of them are exactly legitimate, and even the ones that are sometimes want your money. So anything that requires you to put up money usually isn't the best. It's usually they should be giving you money. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Well, mine is mine. When I got ripped off for the elephant book was what's called a vanity publisher, and I didn't. And I shouldn't have done that. I should have just waited.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I should have been more careful.
She probably
Please.
woke her up. Probably woke her up, Barney, or him up.
Layla.
She don't like being on camera.
She always grumbles.
Yeah. She wants down. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that, the thing is when you have,
Maya's on the pillow.
oh, look at Maya. When you have a dream, it's important to have a plan, and then it's important to take action steps. And sometimes we don't take action steps because we're not sure of the dream. But once we become certain and we know in our soul and our heart that it's the right dream, that's usually when we come up with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah,
it's just
I want to
stay healthy.
travel too. I haven't been to Europe. I haven't
Oh,
been
I miss
overseas
Europe. It's
yet
wonderful.
anymore. I've only been to Mexico and Canada.
Yes, you love Europe.
And this year I want to go to Hawaii. I might go to Hawaii this year
Love
because I'm
Hawaii.
changing a cruise to Aruba that I have in the fall. I'm going to change it, and I'm hopefully going to change it to one to Hawaii.
Well, you have to do all that on YouTube. You know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I still have footage that I can from this last year that I can make videos from now. So when I'm gonna learn to edit. I need to just do it. I have the time now, but I also need to do my taxes. I'm behind on my taxes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's tax time.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, like
We
I
just
said,
got our taxes.
you did.
We just got ours done, and we're going to be getting back quite a bit this year.
that's
Yay.
good.
For me, my only dream really is just to stay healthy. I want to keep healthy. And I think,
Yeah.
when you get in
Me
your
too.
60s, your priorities really shift. They really shift.
Mm.
And I've had so many friends, I've had so many people get sick. And it's scary, especially when you see people close in your age get sick. And I've seen too many. I have one friend right now. She just, she's a little bit younger than me and she's very healthy. She's got some significant issues right now to deal with. And so my
Mhm.
goal is stay healthy. Stay healthy.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
I'm
it.
losing weight this year too because my A1C was up, and I was just gonna. I got the little meter thing from my sister-in-law when I was in California, and then I didn't have the charger, so I finally ordered the charger, and I ran out of test strips, and so I got the test strips in the mail today.
So what does it do?
It tests my blood sugar.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so it's right on. I'm on the borderline, and the doctor said like she would. I didn't want to go on it though. She would normally put someone with my A1C on metformin, but I didn't want to go on it yet because I knew I could lose the weight. I lost 26 pounds last year, but I gained a little tiny bit of it back. But I'm cutting back more
Yeah.
on the sugar and stuff.
Yeah, for me, I try to stay away from refined sugar. The more pure foods I can eat, the better. I try to eat
Yeah.
pure foods. Like I have a big bag of kale in there, and kale normally doesn't taste so good, but when you're really hungry, kale can taste pretty good.
Yeah, I see. I really like sweets. My friend Gladys, who I live here with, we really like sweets, but we're both trying to cut back.
Yeah,
He's doing this shake diet thing,
yeah.
but I just trying. I did. I lost 26 pounds last year from eating less food, but not necessarily uh, not necessarily changing so much what I eat, but the amount.
Hmm.
Wow, 177.
How much is it?
177.
And isn't it 120 normal?
Yeah, well, after a meal, like 140. I keep on having to look it up because I hadn't tested it in a while because I didn't have the strips and I didn't think it was going to work today because I thought because it hasn't been like charged since I was in California in April. I left California in April, but even it doesn't. I don't think needs to be charged very often. If you don't use it very often, I guess I don't know, but I don't know where the charger was. It was in my brother's kitchen. She had it in the kitchen.
Hmm. Hey,
But
Michelle Shelley Style. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, my friend, for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's eating healthy is key. I think in our
yeah,
age group, it really is key to, we want to stay healthy. And I think what we eat, I do exercise, every day, but I will say that more important than exercise is what we put in our bodies. And, it really is very, very important what we don't put in and what we do put in. And the older we get, our body is less resilient to, sugar, less resilient to some of these foods that we could tolerate when we were younger, you know. And so I see so many of my friends in my age group get sick. And so that's why I say my only goal is to stay healthy. That's it.
yeah.
Nothing
It's
else.
a good goal.
Huh?
That's a good goal, and I
Yeah,
need
it's just
to.
I get up, I go running, I get, make sure I get my sleep. I'm good to myself. I go for a massage once a week. I'm going tomorrow, so I'm not sure if I'll be on. If I come on live tomorrow afternoon, I'll come on probably right at 2 because I'll have to be off about 3. And I go for my
Yeah.
massage, and it's what I give back to myself because I'm giving to so many people that if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to help other people. And so I take care of my body. I take care of my body.
What
And
kind of supplements do you take?
nothing.
That's what I've been hearing about, like no vitamins, like
I don't
no.
take anything. Believe it or not, I was taking. I'm not going to mention the supplement, but I was originally taking a supplement to help me sleep. Now, y'all, it's a very common supplement. Do you know it caused me? It caused me a side effect. I don't want to mention on here. It was a side effect where I was running to the bathroom all the time, and I couldn't figure out.
Ooh.
I thought I had something really, really bad, and I looked it up, and that was one of the side effects. So I had to go off of that. So and sometimes take garlic or cinnamon or turmeric. Turmeric I'll take,
Mhm.
garlic, cinnamon, but I really don't. I really don't do much. I do like I go to the store and I buy natural turmeric, the kind, and I dice it up and I put it in a teapot and I cook it, and I make turmeric tea or ginger tea or things like that. But I really don't. I don't take anything.
Ooh.
Hmm.
I just drink a lot of water and I eat very, very healthy.
That's
And I
good.
will be turning 65. So, that's getting up there. I mean, my goodness, I have friends that are, didn't make it to my age group. My one friend, she was 60 and she just went to bed. She went to bed on her 40th wedding anniversary and never woke up.
Oh my goodness. What
Yeah.
happened though? What happened to her?
I think she had a history of asthma and was on asthma medications, and I think they took its toll on her body. And that was with her. And then I had another friend who got some kind of bacterial infection, and she was gone. She was like the one we thought was going to live to be 100. You know what I'm saying? So life is kind of unpredictable. You can't necessarily predict it. So I live life. I want to take care of my health, but I enjoy my life. I just enjoy my life. And Michelle, that's true. And I just enjoy my everyday life. I enjoy what I do. Hey, Mud Mower, great to see you. I haven't seen you forever. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Mud Mower 83. And so for me, it's
I just checked mine too.
What was yours, Arnie?
327.
Oh.
I'll have to give myself a shot.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's kind of heavy, and it's kind of,
that's really high.
Yeah.
But you are diabetic. I'm pre-diabetic. But I needed, I got it to go away in 2008 because I lost 30 pounds.
Of course, I've been bad too.
Uh-oh, no.
Maybe I should do my next live on eating healthy.
Yes.
Healthy. Maybe I'll kind of gear some of my live streams to just eating healthy. We can all come on here and talk about what we cook and what our healthiest meal is and how to cook it. Maybe we can do that. Like I'll share how I make my coleslaw burgers, or how I juice. My different juices. Now I don't do anything with sugar. Like a lot of people say, oh, you got to do carrot juice. I don't drink carrot juice because it gives me a bad headache from all the sugar. So I drink green juices. That's the only kind of juices I drink are green juices, unless it's like a beet juice. If it's not a real sweet beet, I'll have beet juice.
Mm-hmm. See, that's what I need to do. That's what we need to do, Arnie. Cut back on the sugar.
Now, Pun and Garden 69. So Pun and Garden, you're in my age group, so you know how important it is for us to take great care of ourselves. And Shelley, I agree with you that as we age, our metabolism changes. And I could eat 2 Big Macs at age 20 and not gain a pound. Now I can look at a Big Mac and gain weight. So your metabolism changes.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. I just want to stay healthy, and I want to enjoy my life, and I want to have fun, and I want to enjoy the people I love, and I don't take for granted anybody I love.
That's good.
Yeah, nobody. I realize life is unpredictable. And the 60s are very unpredictable. They're, I think if you make it through your 60s, oh my goodness, if you make it through your 50s, the 60s really, for me, the 60s has been kind of a wild ride. And it has been. So I just want to smooth out.
Come here.
So
you
I was talking to last night, she's 62. And she's in good health, and she has the same. I have a thyroid condition, Dianna. And so she was telling me that she went on pig thyroid, which is supposed to be natural thyroid from pig, and that it's a lot better. So she was telling me to ask my doctor about that.
Yes. Now, Mud Mower says, I was 260 and with salad and walking and a lot of water, I'm down to 180. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That's great.
Okay, that's wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And Michelle says, research says not eating too much is a healthy thing to do. Most of us eat way too much. I agree, Michelle.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree totally.
Yeah. And when I was losing the weight last year, I was traveling around in my RV and I was hiking at places, um, and stuff like that. But I was just eating less. Like I wouldn't eat it late. I would eat like two meals, one meal or two meals a day, and maybe have a little snack.
Yeah.
And I was eating the same. I wasn't really cutting back on, but now I think I'm gonna do both. I need to do both. I need to cut back on the sugar, and I need to eat less, and I need to eat better things.
Yes.
I
Yes.
need to listen to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It's important to take care of your body because,
Mhm.
whatever you do when you're younger will
Yeah,
have an effect when you're older.
exactly. Hmm.
Yeah, and I don't even like to take anything. I don't like to take any kind of medicines or anything like that if I don't have to. If I don't have to. Now, the medicines
Hmm.
have a time and place if one needs them, but for me, I try to stay away from everything, if I can. What got me in trouble last year is I pulled a back muscle and I ended up taking, and I can't remember what it was I was taking, but it had aspirin in it, and the aspirin caused my nosebleed and caused the gusher that ended up causing me to pass out, that I ended up 911 and in the ER. So I've learned, you can't, even over the counter stuff, you cannot mess with it. They can have terrible side effects. It had a terrible
Yeah.
side effect on me.
Mm. Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think maybe I'll come on here and maybe like my next one will be, or one of the next ones will be about just eating healthy and how we can change our life. Um, yeah, Michelle, I agree. I agree. Um, yeah, mud mower, I agree too. I agree. It's just that sometimes we just got to say, you know what, great health is a lot better than a bag of candy, or great health is a lot better than that
Yeah.
hamburger. We really
True.
do got
Because
to believe in
the
that.
sweets are my downfall too.
Yeah.
And my friend Gladys, we're like the same way. We like the,
I just want to be healthy. I just want to, be fit.
yeah.
And whatever years I have left, I want them to be fabulous. I want to give life my very, very, very best. I don't deny myself something. Like if my husband and I went out, was it yesterday? I think we went to yesterday or the day before we went to dinner. I don't even know what day I'm on. What day is today? Monday. So I think
Today's Monday.
okay. I think we
Mhm.
went out. I think we went out yesterday. Yeah, I think we went out yesterday, and to dinner. And so I had this big salad, and and you remember I'm vegan, but when I go to someone's house or I eat out, I can eat what I want. That's kind of how I do it. And so I had this salad with a fried chicken. It was fried chicken in it, and it was very, very good. Um, and so, I just eat what I want when I go out. I don't deny myself that. But when I'm home, I'm very restrictive.
Mhm. Yeah, I tried to limit it. Like this last year when I lost the 26 pounds, but then things were happening that was causing me stress. And like I I think that's a lot what my friend Gladys does too.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like we stress eat. So things were happening. Oh, things kept breaking on my RV, and um, I had a falling out with a friend, and I was just, I gained some of the weight I lost back because of stress eating, but I wasn't eating like differently. I mean, I was still allowing myself to have the dessert. Um, when I was losing the 26 pounds, and I lost it slowly too. And but when I got stressed, then I was eating more, and it wasn't the things I was eating. Um, I was still allowing myself, because if I could like deny myself, I don't know. It's just really hard. But when
Yeah.
I did low carb, in 2008, when I lost the weight, my doctor really got. I had this mean doctor that got on to me. I might have told this story here before. He called the day after Christmas at 9:30 at night, and it called himself the ghost of Christmas future. And like he really got on to me the first time. I guess I'm not like scared enough this time. I need a mean doctor to scare me more this time. But he called and said he was the ghost of Christmas future, and if I didn't lose weight, that I was going to become an insulin dependent diabetic, and he said he had said to eat vegetables and meat. I ate fruit too, though, and I lost like 30 pounds.
Now, I do intermittent fasting. Well, I do regular fasting too, but I do a lot of intermittent fasting. I usually don't eat until about 5 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't eat breakfast. I don't eat lunch. I usually start eating something about 5 o'clock. I kind of eat within a window. That's how I kind of do it. I don't recommend that to anybody. I'm just saying that's what I do. I do pretty much every day. I only eat usually in some kind of window time frame.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't eat until afternoon now. I started doing that.
Yeah. And
So,
the first thing I do, I mean, if I don't get my exercise in the morning, I don't feel good. It's really, really important.
hmm So do you take a day off? Do you go
Yeah,
5 miles every day?
every day. Every day. And I
Wow.
dance too. I dance here at home. I put some music on and I just dance. I did work out every day. In addition to running and dancing, I worked out every day for about 3 hours a day at the gym. But then they got restrictive with everything, and I wasn't going to wear something around my face when I was doing aerobics. I just wasn't going to do that. I was doing 3 hours of aerobics a day, and at the gym, and I missed the gym. I missed the social aspect of it, but I also didn't have the time because I was going to college. So about 6 months ago, I kind of dropped out of the gym. And I hope someday to go back, but right now, I'm not. I get plenty of exercise, so
Mhm.
no, I don't. But I do believe in exercise. It makes me feel good. Without my
Yeah,
exercise, I don't feel
Yeah.
good. I
exercise.
have to have my exercise.
It's always the eating part that gets me messed
Yeah.
up because
But
I
you know
love to
what? No matter how much you exercise, if you go and spoil it with, uh, a drive-through big
Mhm.
hamburger, that's going to spoil it. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to like go to
Mhm.
the gym, do a hard workout, and then go out and eat.
Mhm.
Now, Michelle, she has 2 meals a day, always have breakfast, the biggest one in the afternoon. Yeah, it's just important that you find what works for you. Hey, John. Welcome,
Mhm.
welcome, my buddy. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. John had a live stream today, I think. Right, John? John does live streams every day now. So if you're not
Mhm.
connected to John, he does do live streams daily. And you never know who's going to pop in on his live stream. I know, Red, you're connected to John, right?
I think so.
Yeah, you want to be connected to his channel. He brings people up on his streams.
Yes, I
Okay.
am.
Yeah, he does. Make sure you ring his bell too, because he does. He's always doing a live stream. You know who else is Sean the trucker? I love Sean. He's so much fun. I haven't seen him lately. I don't know where he's at. Sean the trucker. He comes on here and he's always got the camera on the road.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I always enjoy him.
he's got a Yoda. I got the baby Yoda too.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's what he said. You know it's me because you see the back of Yoda's head. That's what he said.
Yeah. And passion for art, she says, I'm painting the bushes in the front of the fence on the barn painting. Now, Passion, when is your next live stream? When's your next live stream? Passion for art
Yeah.
does, she's kind of like the Bob Ross, the female version of Bob Ross. She's and very relaxing to watch her channel.
Yeah. Barn picture is really coming out good.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Hey, Arnie, was Brenda on tonight?
Yeah. Brenda was on earlier tonight.
Was she?
Mm.
What was it? Makeup Monday?
Yeah.
I saw that. I subscribed. I haven't subscribed yet though.
But she's not on every night like she used to be, is she, Arnie?
Hmm.
No. She might come on Tuesday. I'm not sure yet, though.
She used to be on every night. I mean, 7 nights a week, and I think
Yeah.
for a couple years,
Huh.
and or at least yeah, I would say 2 years since I've been on, And that does take a lot. Sometimes you just kind of burn out, or you have to take a break or whatever.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
sometimes she'll come on Sunday and Monday, or it might be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and come on Friday once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Arnie, what day was I on last? Well, I know I was on today, but I know I wasn't on Sunday. Was I on Saturday? I don't think so. I think I was on Friday night because you came up. Was it Friday night I was on?
I don't even remember
Was it
either.
either Friday
I
or
think
Saturday?
it was.
Huh?
I think it was. Wasn't I here? I think I was.
I think you were. Well, no, we had the big. Remember the one night that was Thursday where everybody came. We were up to like 12:30 at night
I
on
have
here.
to look back on my phone.
Oh, thank you, Mud Mower. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you
Okay.
for thinking of me. Thank you. Um, yeah, Michelle, I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
That is so
I
true.
know. I got burned out. Yeah.
Oh, Dory, you're right. Yeah, I was all mixed up. Yeah,
Streamed.
I thought it
You,
was
s-
Saturday, but it was really Friday.
you streamed 3 days ago, according to what my phone says.
Okay, so I was on
It shows the
today.
one with the telephone in it.
Okay, so yes, that was Friday then. So I wasn't on Saturday and I wasn't on Sunday. And normally I do come on those days, but I wasn't on either of those days. I think I was coming on, I think it was going to be Sunday, and then I saw a lot of my friends were on, so I didn't jump on. I just went over and visited everybody else's live stream.
Hmm.
And now Red, you're doing live streams.
I'm only going once a month.
Oh,
I'm doing a lot less
Okay.
because I was pretty much a burnout. I was burnt out from so much traveling. I was burnt out from going live and being on other people's lives all the time, and then the situation with the person bullying, doing live streams about me,
Yeah.
negative live streams about me, and I was just like, forget it, I need a break.
Yeah.
And so I went on December 13th. I went on December 6th, and I asked my followers if they thought I should go once a month or once a week. And I was glad they voted for me to go once a week, but I wasn't ready to go. So I went again the next week, but I'm like, I wasn't ready to start back up once a week yet. So I'm like, I'm sorry. I know you guys voted for me to go once a week, but I'm gonna go once a month for
Yes.
right now.
Michelle says I fell asleep waiting for you that day. Well, remember we had John up here and he fell asleep that night. Remember? We were all up here and I think Red kept saying, John, wake up. Or no, it was Passion. Passion says, she kept saying, wake up, John, wake up. And then he went, oh yeah. It's
Yeah,
easy,
he's
Yeah.
on mine too.
it's easy to do. Well, you know what? I'm going to get off of here. I've been on about an hour and a half and I'm getting a little bit tired. And I did my live stream today. If I come on tomorrow, it'll probably be around 2 o'clock. Otherwise, I mean, if I come on tomorrow afternoon, and
Mhm.
usually if unless I'm busy with my husband or family or something, I usually come on around 10 o'clock at night if I can. And not maybe, so it's always good to look for me around 10 or sometimes a little bit before or a little bit after. If I even don't come on right at 10, sometimes I come on like I said, as late as 10:40, but it's somewhere in that ballpark. I try to always be on around 10 if I'm going to come on at night. And if I come on during the day, it's somewhere between 2 and 4. But tomorrow I'm getting my massage. So if I come on, I'll have to come on a little bit early.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Red. Thank you, Arnie. Thank you, everyone in
Yeah.
here. Michelle, thank you for being here. And Passion for Art is going to be on live stream tomorrow night. Mademoiselle, thank you, my friend. Thank you. Pond and Garden, thank you. And Pond and Garden's doing live stream tomorrow evening at Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. All Arnie. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mademoiselle.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Arnie. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. And I just, you know what? I wish everybody a great night and a great week and just their
Me
life
too.
blessings. And thank you, Michelle. Thank you. people are going through hard times, and a lot of hard times people are going through, and I see it, and a lot of
Yeah.
my videos tend to be heavy videos, and I try to keep some of them light, to balance it. But if anybody watches my videos, I talk about some pretty heavy topics because I see so many people both in person and both online going through difficult times. And I know I'm not immune to difficult times because I've had my share of them. And so I try to make my subject matter, not every night, but I try to make my subject matter. So, it touches someone's life. And so, whether we talk about how to eat healthy, or whether we talk about how to get through a crisis, or whether we talk about, maybe we'll do one night on how we've survived crises and what we did to get through a crisis. Without maybe going
Yeah.
into detail, when it comes to other people, I don't like to bring in other people or other people's names or blame other people or things like that. But maybe we can talk about how our own personal experience that we got through a crisis or crises, whether they be health crisis, relationship crisis, financial crisis, kid crisis, whatever. And maybe we can talk another, one time we can talk about, how to eat healthy. Hey, V, welcome, welcome. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for coming. Thank you. And what other subject matter do you think I could bring up as a topic, and call that live stream a particular topic? So we would
Yeah.
have healthy
Those
eating,
all sound good. Yeah. Healthy eating.
how to get through a crisis.
Need that.
What other ones?
Um,
The loss of a parent.
Loss of a parent. Oh my gosh.
that's a
Oh my
good one.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Or
I can think about that.
I just did the video about sickness and when your spouse gets sick. I did that one yesterday. When your spouse gets sick, because that's very, very traumatic. Or it's just so traumatic. Or being a caregiver of a parent. I've done videos on that because I've been a caregiver to my mom.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of great subjects we can cover. Like we said, we don't give advice or suggestions or information, but we share our own personal journeys, our own personal experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, my friends. Thank you, Arnie. Thank you, Red. Thank you, everyone here. So I
Thank
hope you all
you.
did well. I'm going to go relax a little bit, answer some comments, and I've already had my bubble bath, so I'm good.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Bye,
everybody.
everyone.
May God bless you. Good night.